Alrighty, today we are talking all about social media growth. So we've established your goals, we've established the things that you want in life. We've talked a little bit about a side hustle, and usually how you grow a side hustle, especially now, is utilizing social media. And if you're not utilizing social media, I would highly suggest that you do, and you get really freaking good at it, because it's an amazing way to grow a business from anywhere. So I've kind of come to learn about this, and I've become very passionate about speaking about this. I love talking about branding. I love talking about audience growth. I love talking about social media growth. So let's go over it. One of the first hard lessons that I learned was the best way to grow your social media will not be to be a watered down version of the top influencer that you follow. You know, you can be inspired all you want by all different people, but what you're truly doing is playing the comparison game, and you will forever feel like a watered down version of that person. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be your own authentic self. No matter how quirky or weird you think that is, being your true authentic self on social media, sharing the stories of how you got to where you are and your own journey, whether you think it's interesting or not, but being super transparent and peeling back that onion and being authentically you will always be the thing that moves the needle on social media. Because more than ever, thank God, people love real on social media. It is no longer about the filters and the airbrushing and the perfect bodies. It's not about that. People crave real right now. So the more authentic you can be, the better. And the best story I have of this, when I was just starting up my business, there was this girl that I followed on Instagram, and she's the cutest thing. I used to follow her back when she had like 50,000 followers. She now has well over 1 million, and I've still followed her. But I remember back then, I was so inspired by her, and I so just loved everything that she did. She's from Sweden. She's the cutest thing. And I almost felt like my page became a watered down version of her, and it was so not authentically me. Even though I really related to who she was and I really liked things that she liked, I almost felt myself molding into a just version of her. I wasn't Angie anymore. I was her 2.0. That's the last thing you want to be, because when you're her 2.0, no one's going to sign up with the 2.0 version. They're going to sign up with the 1.0 version. So you've got to be you 1.0. And that's really my goal today, is for you to figure out who you authentically are, the things that make you tick, and what makes you unique. And so when you're thinking about social media growth, obviously, you know, we're going to go into this, but followers and your community and the things that you want to grow, it's got to be more than just about you. And that's where putting it on your audience and making it about how can you serve them, it no longer becomes about how can you become, you know, the best version of yourself and have the best filter and the best preset and take the best photos and try to be like the best influencer. It's literally, and by the way, I don't like that word. It's literally more about your audience and you doing your best to make them feel welcome, to make them feel like they're a part of a community, that you're not talking at them, that they have a space to be heard. And the best way that you can welcome someone in is to be a freaking normal human. When you meet someone, a new friend, to me at least, this is the first thing I think, and this is my first area of basically assessment when I meet a new person. I always love a person that is just so authentically themselves that you know what they're thinking. They're not thinking something else in their head or thinking or judging or whatever. They're like, if they're thinking something, you know it. They are just so ridiculously authentically themselves. I love people like that. And that's the type of person I'm drawn to on social media, someone that's not only positive and inspiring, but someone that is just so themselves. Not a watered down version of someone else, but themselves. And that care about what their audience is saying. So right now, if you are interested in growing a social media following and you have 1, 2 to 7 to 10 to 20 to 100 comments on a photo, and there is one comment that is not answered right now, you're playing the game wrong, because you're playing a game. You're more focused on the next 100 or the next 1,000 or to reach 100,000 or to reach 1,000,000 than the 12 that you have right now, followers, comments, whatever, likes, that are going to get you to that next 100, to that 100 after that, to the 150 after that. It's that first group of people that grows exponentially. So if you water that and you care about that, that's how the community is going to grow. So you got to make it about the audience. You've got to make them feel welcome. You have to be authentically yourself. not be some fake version of you that is not that easy to keep up with anyways. You want to talk with them, engage. There's nothing worse than a bunch of captions on a page of someone that it's a bunch of pictures of them with a bunch of captions about them and about their life story. You can share your story, but engage, ask questions, ask their opinion. That's how you create a community. I love nothing more than when people start talking to each other in the comments under my posts. I love it, especially when it's positive. I love it. The last thing, and I alluded to this, it's not a game. You don't have to think about if this, then this. So if I post this, how many sales will I make? It's not about that. Be a freaking good, authentic, kind person, and that will win every single day because people will see that. They will see your genuine passion for what it is that you do, and they will be attracted to that, and they will love that. That is how you grow social media. That is how you grow a business. Just be a normal person with no ulterior motives, because you know what I love about especially the social media generation right now? We can smell it a mile away. We can smell the BS meter a mile away. If someone has ulterior motives and they're pushing their own agenda before helping their audience, people can feel it. People can feel it. It's not about the content that they put out. It's about the sale that they're trying to make. It's not about the connection that they're trying to make with the person. Do they even care about the person? We don't really know. It needs to be about the human interaction, the one-on-one human interaction. Yes, I get that this is more work, more comments, more DMs, more typing, but that's what makes you great. That's how you create an incredible social media audience, that you're not above it, that you answer your DMs, that you're not some, famous blogger in your own little pearl tower inside your own mind. You're caring about people and you're being a freaking human. So know your metrics, strive to grow them. But my best tip for you on social media growth is to be you at as most as you possibly can. So what I would love for you to do is not share, 3 interests, 3 hobbies, 3 things that you love, but 3 words that describe you. And you're going to have to think about this. And I would say to do a brain dump of just write stuff down, write a bunch of words that describe you, adjectives, verbs, whatever, nouns, whatever you want, and circle the top 3 that you just feel like those words are you. That represents you to your core. And when you're posting moving forward, think about those 3 words that you want your audience to feel. So I would suggest an emotion. It's the easiest way to be able to hit those, those pinpoints whenever you're posting, to be your authentic self. But one of my words is passion. I love passionate people. I nerd out about passionate people. I literally, if I see someone that is I love going to Europe, because people that work in Europe, it's never a job, it's their career. When they choose a path in life, that's their career. Like when a waiter is in a restaurant, that's their career. They are so freaking passionate about it. I love that. I love passionate people. That's one of my words. So when I post, I always want to exemplify as much passion as I can, whether it is for a piece of decor or a cuppy or something that I truly have found that has changed my life in the most, emotional way, whether it's not that big of a deal or the littlest deal. I'm passionate about it and I want to share and I want to exemplify that to my audience in the most authentic way that I can. So figure out a couple adjectives that define you, emotions that define you, and emotions that you want to provoke in your audience, and pinpoint it down to 3 and think about those whenever you're posting next time, because being your most authentic self will not only be easier on you, it'll also grow your audience in a simpler, less very roundabout way that you don't need to be doing. You can see success far faster and far greater if you're just yourself. So I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, dude.